Hello! How are you guys doing? We've got a couple days until Christmas, and I was gonna do a Christmas project with you guys, but I am currently working on a Christmas project for my kids, and so we're gonna do something different. Boys, they can hear you. They're all embarrassed. They're in there playing, and they're playing a game, and they were screaming. And they know when I do a live, they have to be quiet, and so they were like, "Oh, guys, you have to be quiet." Anyway, as you guys come on, say hello. I apologize last week when I did my live. My notifications weren't working, and so I didn't see any of your comments until we finished the live, and then I tried to respond to most of them. So hopefully today everything will work and I'll be able to read all of your comments. So if you have questions, please ask them. Tell me where you're from, and tell me if you guys are ready, if you celebrate Christmas, if you're ready for it. Okay, so today we are going to be applying a transfer. Now, I'm working on a little man cave for my boys for downstairs. I want them to have an area where they can play with friends or bring their friends over and want to hang out and do things with them. So I found it's kind of going to be like an industrial themed room. And so I found these cool pegboards. I went to Project Restore. Some of you may have that. It's kind of like a thrift store. Project Restore, a lot of construction companies and home builders will donate extra supplies to Project Restore, and you can go pick it up for a couple bucks. I found a lot of my wood there, metal things, and so I went and kind of scavenged, and I found these pegboards. They were like $1 each, and they were longer, but I just cut them down, and I thought these would be perfect to go in the little, we're gonna have like a mini bar, mini kitchen down there. And we just turned the closet into one. And so these are gonna go just up against the back of the little counter that I made. And then I will put little peg hooks in them, and then we can hang like little mugs or cups or different things from them. So they can, we don't have to use the counter space and kind of hang on the wall behind it. So here's my pegboards that I'm going to be using. And I'm going to apply the Industrial Mechanics transfer to this. So this is pretty cool. It's a 3-part transfer, and I'm going to do 2 pegboards side by side on the wall. So I'm going to cut this in half so that I can apply it to both of my boards. All right, so here are my boards, and here's the transfer. It's pretty cool. It's kind of a fun, you can see, it almost looks like a chalkboard, like it's written on a chalkboard, which is pretty cool. And so to start out, I'm just gonna cut them in half exactly. So it may not perfectly fit the width of my boards, but that's okay. I just want to them to be even on both boards, because I can always take a little bit of black paint and just kind of put a little around the edges to blend it in if it's not the full width of it. So I'm just gonna take it and I'm going to just fold it in half. Let's see, right here. That way I know where to cut. And then I'm just gonna cut them right in half. Did I do that right? Yeah. Okay, and then I'll just take my scissors and go right down the middle. Okay, and then I'm just gonna set them aside and we'll cut all 3 sections. We've got our middle one here. I see you guys joining, but I'm not seeing any comments and I don't know why. Let's see if I can push this button. Nope, I can see that I can write a comment, but I don't know why it's not showing me your comments. That's really frustrating, you guys. I'm sorry. Sometimes Roz will watch these lives and help me out. If she jumps on, then she can answer your questions as we go. If she's not on today, that's cool. I will check your comments when we finish this live, and then I'll respond to them after. So I'll have to see. Okay. And we got one more to cut in half, and then we will apply it to our pegboard. I thought this would be a good surface to show you guys on as well, because it's a weird surface to apply a transfer to. And I'll show you how I poke the holes in it too. Let's see. Okay. All right. Ooh. This one's like... Okay, so those are roughly in half. Not perfect, but that is okay. And then I'm just gonna set them aside, and we will start applying one side to one and one to the other. So let me set one of my pegboards aside here. If you're gonna do this on a pegboard, and I'm sorry, that got turned a little. If you're gonna do this on a pegboard, you can paint them first. I think my cord is pulling this. There we go. You guys were like going off grid on me, man. You can paint them first if you want, and then all of your little holes are going to be whatever color you paint it, if you want it white or black. I decided I'm just gonna leave it this natural wood and kind of let that wood show through, because my wall behind that I'm going to be mounting it to is black. I painted it black. So I'm going to set my transfer down. And it's a little bit wider and it's a little bit longer than my transfer is. So I'm going to cut off my excess. So where my transfer meets the next transfer, I'm gonna cut that off. There's a little tiny clear edge on it, and I don't want to have to mess with that clear edge. So I just cut my transfer so I don't even have that clear edge on there at all. And you don't have to do that, you can leave it. This is called the Industrial Mechanics Transfer, in case you missed that. All right, so that's roughly centered. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna apply my center one first. I'll move you back just a little bit so you guys can see this a little bit better. I'm gonna apply my center one first, and then I will apply the top and bottom ones so that I can kind of see where I'm centered on my board here. Okay, so let's see. And I can even count my pegs in if I wanted to. That would probably be smart. So if I go 2, 4, 6, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 12. So I'm gonna move down just a little bit. And that is pretty well centered right there. And then over here too, I'm just gonna kind of center my edges from this side to this side, so it has a little bit of a border. And then I can decide when I'm done if I want to blend that or if I want to let the wood show through. And oh, you know what, maybe I'll put it right to the edge. I'll put it to the edge, and then when we have the other board, at least those sides will match up. And then this edge, I can just blend out. That's what we'll do. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna take that, and I'm gonna carefully put that right to the edge there. And I'm very carefully trying to hold this up without applying any pressure. I don't want to get the oils in my hands on the transfer because that can affect the transfer. And I want it to adhere really nicely. Okay, take my little tool. It's just a little piece of wood that comes in all transfers. And we'll go ahead and apply this. I can feel the peg holes as I apply the transfer, and that's okay. As long as it's adhered really well around the peg holes, I won't have any issues with adhesion later on or after I seal it. I don't have to worry about pushing it down into the peg holes. Yeah, I wonder, there's a setting on my phone, and most people when they do a live, to turn off notifications. And I do that so I don't get text messages and calls in the middle of a live. I'm kind of wondering if for some reason that is turning off my comments to you guys as well. When they do new updates on your phone or whatever, sometimes it messes with stuff like that. So that may be why I'm not seeing your comments. But we'll figure it out. Okay. My husband's outside wrapping a present in the she shed that I can't know about. But when he comes back in, I'll see if I can steal his phone. It may take him a while. He's not like a regular present wrapper. Okay, I think that's on there pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and slowly peel it back. If anything doesn't stick, I'll put the paper plastic back down and burnish a little bit more. Okay, then I press down with my hand. And then I'm going to go over it again with this end. I also use this as a paint stir stick. So I got paint on my one end that I don't want to do. Okay, now is where my little holes are going to start becoming more apparent. I want to distress this a little bit. I got some sandpaper, so when I get it all applied, I can distress it. I'll show you guys that too. So it's almost distressing just a tiny bit around my holes right now, which I like, so I'll show you guys. Okay. Isn't that kind of cool? I think it's gonna look really cool with this. Now, I could take, I'm gonna apply both of these and then I'm gonna show you, I'll just take like a little pencil or a pen and I'm just gonna poke the holes with this and just kind of turn it around in them to make sure that it doesn't crackle or bubble when I apply my top coat when I'm all finished. Okay. So I've got my top section. On these, I already went ahead and cut my edge down so I don't have that little clear edge. And then I'm just going to take it, before I peel it off, I'm gonna make sure that I'm matching up the right sections because I've cut this transfer into 6 pieces, right? So I'm going to just double check that. Okay, that looks good. That's matching up right. Peel it off. And then you don't want it to touch itself because it's like a sticker and it will stick. So I'm going to go ahead, go to the edge there. And get that as close as I can to lined up. And then I'm going to match up this edge and I'm going to push the transfer up this way because this is my most important edge that I need matched up. And everything else isn't as important. So that's why I do it that way. Okay. I'm just gonna kind of get this on a little bit and then we're gonna apply the other one and then we'll burnish them both at the same time and peel it off at the same time. I'll show you guys my, I'm kind of recording some of the process of turning this downstairs family room into the man cave. I have a toy closet down there. My boys still play with toys, but they're starting to get in between that age where they play with toys and want to do more gaming and games and things like that. And so I took off the bifold doors on the closet downstairs. We removed those, and then we sprayed the entire inside black with the Wisel 1 hour ceramic paint. It's matte black. And then I had another place, I found a little wood top that's like for a dresser or a counter. And it was beautiful. It was already finished. I found that at Project Restore for like $10. It's a beautiful slab of walnut. And that fit perfectly, so that's my countertop. And then we'll put some things on top and underneath so they can actually like make popcorn down there and stuff like that. And then I'm gonna match up my bottom one. So this is what will be going inside of that, which I think will be pretty rad. Okay. My oldest just woke up. Okay. Were you awake? Oh, I was like, you slept in a long time. Yes, if you come and show people what they are. Ty's gonna show you. So we have a tradition in my family, and we make gingerbread boys. And Ty, show them the gingerbread boy. Show them what it looks like. These are the gingerbread boys. And they're really soft gingerbread. About just over 70 years ago, my grandma was window shopping, and she found this cute little gingerbread boy cookie cutter in the window, and this little recipe that was with it, and she took it home and she made some, and she started decorating them a certain way, like that. She changed the recipe, and the recipe evolved, and now it's this super soft, really good gingerbread boy, and we make them every year. We make hundreds of them and share them with our neighbors and friends at Christmas time. So that is the gingerbread boy. It's a really fun tradition in my family. Do you guys have traditions that you enjoy? I know I can't see your comments later, but I can't see them now, but I like to read them later. So, can I borrow your phone? I can't see any of the comments on the video, so I'm wondering if I pull your phone up, then I can look at the comments. I just like answering questions if I can while I'm actually live. Just pull up Facebook, and then if you look up Redesign with Prima group. Hello. Then I can actually talk or answer questions. Oh, look at that. Okay, you guys, I can see your comments. Hooray! I won't go all the way back, but I'll say hi. So the transfer brand is Redesign with Prima, and it is the industrial mechanics transfer. Hello. They're famous in the family. They are delicious. Yep. We make them every year. Okay, so I've got both sides on there. I'm gonna go ahead, oh, see that's not on there all the way. Make sure I have it applied. And then once we get this on there, then I will show you how I poke the holes and distress it to kind of give it that look. And we probably won't have time to do the other side, maybe. We'll see how it goes. If we don't, I always take pictures and I show you guys later what it looks like. So, oh, JD, crazy kid. Okay. How many of you do Elf on the Shelf or have family members that do Elf on the Shelf? We do. Her name's Elfie. She has moved a total of 2 times this month. The first week or so she had to quarantine, so she didn't move. And I don't know, I guess she's just not feeling up to it or something, but she'd just been sitting around for 3 weeks now. Weird. I see some really cute ideas people do though. I love it. Oh, let's see. I locked your phone, babe. I'll have to make sure I hit that every once in a while so I can watch. Okay, so got that applied. Oh, and I distressed it a little bit. Need to be a little bit more careful. I'm okay with that though, if I distress it. Okay. And probably I should have sanded this pegboard a little bit, just lightly sanded it so it had a little bit of a rough surface before I placed the transfer, especially where it's not a brand new pegboard and I don't know what type of shop or where it was stored or what it was used for, and if there's any type of greases or oils on it, because I do see a couple little spots that I'm gonna have to be gentle on. So that would have been smart. Just always check whatever you're, you know, working on, make sure it's ready to accept a transfer. Oh man, did it again, Skylar. Geez, you must have a short timer on your phone. I need an assistant just to click my husband's phone so it doesn't turn off on me anymore. Yeah. Poor Skylar. He's a good sport. Do you like this one?
Yeah.
Kind of cool, huh? It's the industrial, so it looks like a science lab. It's kind of cool. Like a chalkboard. Okay, and can you do me one more favor? In that drawer, will you just grab me that? There's like a little orange pen in there. I just need it so I can show them on the right, so I can show them how I'm gonna poke these holes in. They can't see you. Sorry. Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you. Okay, I think we got this on. It's not gonna peel off. Okay, just kind of rub my hand over it. Okay, so now we are applied. Isn't that cool looking? So now we have our one side done, and then I'll do the other side and we'll have a full board. So I wanna be able to use this pegboard. So I'm just gonna take my pen, and you know, this might take me a while, but I'm just going to take the pen and I'm going to twist it, and so my transfer is not going into the peg hole, but not only going into the peg hole, but I'm also making sure that it's adhered around the edges so that when I top coat, it's not gonna peel or crack. And this will probably take me about 3 days to finish. We'll get her done. But I did want to show you guys what it's going to look like. I think it's going to be kind of cool. And this is where you're going to notice, I'll pick this up and show you closer too, but this is where you're going to notice the color underneath. So if you don't want that color coming through, you're going to want to paint your board first. Okay, so you can see my little peg holes, and I can only kind of see the color from an angle. So it's going right up against that black wall, so I think it's going to be really awesome. Then I can put in my peg hooks. They're just little hooks that go right into it. They have like 2 prongs, and then they balance like that, so you can hang things from it. Tools, this would look really cool on like a tool wall. This would also be really fun to do on the inside part of a cup or of cupboards. So if you have a cabinet like in your garage, or you want to make something cool for the tool person, industrial person in your life, it'd be cool to have a pegboard that you cut to size and put inside of that cabinet door. And then you can put whatever you want on it, and you'll have your little peg holes. Whether you are going to use them or you just like the look of that, I think it's kind of a fun thing to do it on. Anyway, let's see. Okay, So when I am all finished with this, with my pegboard, and this is even something I could have my boys help me with. So this is gonna take me a while, but my boys could sit there and feel for the holes and put this in and do that and do their part too. So get creative like that. You may not have a lot of time to do it. You could sit and watch a movie and do something like this. So think about that when you're working on your projects. Anyway, I hope this gave you a fun idea to try something different and on a different style than just your straight boards or dressers and things like that. Trying on something different. So I'll take pictures when it's all finished and I'll post it for you guys to see, and wish me luck that we get it done. All right, have a good day. See you guys. And have a Merry Christmas.